The Rusted Playground's Rules of Play. Welcome to Red Hollow Playground, the abandoned lot at the edge of town, where the rusted swings creak in the wind and the merry-go-round turns on its own. The children who once played here are long gone, but the playground never forgets. If you choose to enter, you must follow these rules carefully. Failure to do so will make you a permanent part of the playground. Rule number 1, do not enter after sunset. During the day, the playground is nothing more than a relic of childhood, decayed, forgotten, harmless. But when the sun sets, the air thickens with whispers, and shadows stretch unnaturally long. If you are inside the playground when the last ray of sunlight disappears, you must leave before the street lights flicker on. If they light up before you step out, you will not find the exit again. Rule number 2, never acknowledge the swinging boy. Sometimes, you'll hear the chains of the swing set screeching, even when no wind blows. If you turn to look, you might see a boy in tattered clothes swinging lazily back and forth. His head will be lowered, his face obscured. You may feel a sudden urge to ask him if he is okay. Do not. If you speak to him, he will stop swinging. And if he stops swinging, he will turn to face you. No one who has seen his face has ever left the playground. Rule number 3, the slide only goes down. At the center of the playground, there is an old, red slide. It seems normal at first glance, but you will never see anyone climb up its ladder. If you drop something down the slide, it will never hit the bottom. If you choose to slide down yourself, make sure someone is waiting at the other end to pull you out. If no one is there, you will keep sliding, and sliding, and sliding. Rule number 4, do not play on the seesaw alone. If you sit on one end of the seesaw without a partner, it will feel impossibly heavy, as if something unseen is weighing down the other side. If you push off the ground and lift yourself into the air, you may hear breathing. If you do not jump off immediately, the seesaw will begin to move on its own. The longer you sit, the more forcefully it will slam you down, over and over, until your bones break and your body gives in. Rule number 5, the tunnel is not a shortcut. The rusted play tunnel may look harmless, but do not crawl inside. Some claim it is a portal, others say it's a mouth waiting to swallow you. If you enter, you may hear voices whispering from the walls, calling your name, promising you secrets. If you listen for too long, your limbs will feel heavy, your vision will blur, and your body will refuse to move. If you feel fingers brush against your ankle, it is already too late. Rule number 6, if you hear the ice cream truck, run. There is no ice cream truck. There hasn't been one in years. But sometimes, in the dead of night, you might hear the faint chime of its jingle, growing closer and closer. If you hear it, do not turn around. Do not stop moving. Just run. If the music ever stops, freeze immediately and close your eyes. If you are lucky, the truck will pass. If you are not, well, some say the children who vanished here long ago were last seen chasing after a tune only they could hear. Rule number 7, never look at the monkey bars at midnight. At exactly 12 a.m., the monkey bars become occupied. You may see silhouettes swinging unnaturally fast, crawling upside down, their limbs stretching in ways no human should move. If you hear your name whispered from above, keep walking. If you feel the urge to look, fight it. They are not calling for you. They are looking for you. Rule number 8, if you break a rule, the playground decides your fate. There are no second chances. If you fail to follow the rules, the playground will choose what happens to you. Maybe you'll become a shadow stretching from the jungle gym, forever reaching but never moving. Maybe you'll be the new partner on the seesaw, waiting for another fool to sit down. Or maybe, just maybe, you'll be the one swinging all alone, waiting for someone to speak to you. The playground has been hungry for a long time. Do not feed it. But the playground is patient. If you leave now, it will wait. It will whisper your name in the wind when you walk home. It will linger in a corner of your dreams, painting its rusted structures in bleeding reds and deep, hollow blacks. It will slip into the static hum of your phone at night, filling the silence with distant creaks of a swing set moving on its own. And one day, when your curiosity gets the better of you, when you wake up in the middle of the night with the undeniable urge to return, you will find yourself walking the dark streets without remembering how you got there. You will be standing before the entrance of Red Hollow Playground again. And this time, the rules will not be enough to save you. Rule number 9, do not follow the footsteps. If you step onto the wood chips and hear soft footsteps behind you, do not look back. They will sound small, light, like a child running barefoot in the dark. They will always be just a little too close. If you ignore them and keep moving, they will eventually fade. If you stop walking, they will stop too. If you turn around, you will see nothing at first. But keep staring, and the shadows between the equipment will shift. A shape will begin to emerge. The air will become thick, cold, pressing against your skin like wet cloth. If you see tiny fingers reaching from the dark, run. Run as fast as you can. They were not meant to leave the playground. But if they touch you, they will follow you home. And they will never stop. Rule number 10, if you see the woman by the slide, hide immediately. There is an old urban legend about the mother of Red Hollow. Some say she was the last adult who tried to save the children who played here long ago. Others say she was the one who took them. She appears only under certain conditions, when the sky is clouded and the wind is still. If you see a woman in a black dress standing at the bottom of the slide, looking up, you must not let her see you. Drop to the ground, hide behind the benches, do anything to stay out of her line of sight. She doesn't move like a normal person. One moment, she is still. The next, she is closer. If she notices you, you will feel it before you see it, your breath will hitch, your pulse will pound, and the air around you will smell like damp earth, like something freshly buried. If you are caught, you will not die. Not immediately. You will wake up somewhere else. Somewhere beneath the playground. Somewhere without light, where laughter echoes from unseen mouths, and hands crawl blindly in the dark, searching for someone new to play with. You will wish you had died instead. Rule number 11, do not pick up the lost toy. A small stuffed bear sometimes appears in different places around the playground. It is gray, matted, and missing one eye. No one knows where it comes from, but it is always warm to the touch, as if someone has just been holding it. If you see it, leave it alone. If you hear a child's voice begging you to return it, keep walking. The bear does not belong to a child. It belongs to the playground itself. And if you pick it up, you become its new owner. At first, nothing will seem different. But soon, you will begin to notice things, your reflection in mirror smiling just a little too long, a cold pressure at the edge of your bed at night, the whisper of a lullaby just beyond the range of hearing. And then, the dreams will come. Dreams of the playground. Dreams of unseen figures standing just behind the swing set, waiting for you. Of a rusted slide leading downward into darkness, and a voice from the bottom whispering, "Come play with us." You will wake up each morning with the bear clutched in your hands, no matter where you left it the night before. And one night, you will dream of the playground one last time. But this time, you will not wake up. Rule number 12, if you see your own face, run. There is one final rule, the most important of all. If you ever see someone in the playground who looks exactly like you, same clothes, same expression, standing perfectly still, run. Do not blink. Do not hesitate. Do not let them speak. Because if they do, they will say only one thing. You took too long. It's my turn now. And then they will smile. A wide, unnatural grin, filled with too many teeth. If they reach you, they will take your place. You will become the new shadow in the tunnel. The new whisper behind the swings. The new voice calling from the bottom of the slide. No one will ever know you were replaced. No one will even remember you existed. And the playground will continue waiting for its next visitor. You can still walk away. But you will always hear it calling. The rusted chains creaking in the wind. The distant laughter, too far away to be real. The whispers beneath the wood chips, begging for a new friend. You can still walk away. But will you? Or will you return to Red Hollow Playground? Or will you return to Red Hollow Playground? Of course, you will. Not today. Not tomorrow. But eventually. The whispers will find you in the quiet moments, when the night stretches long and lonely, when the world outside your window is too still, too silent. You'll see shadows that weren't there before, feel a presence watching from just beyond your sight. And then, one night, you'll wake up standing at the entrance of Red Hollow Playground, the air thick with the scent of rust and damp earth. You won't remember how you got there. The playground will be waiting. And this time, there will be no leaving. Rule number 13. The playground knows when you're lying. You will tell yourself this is a dream. That none of this is real. That the swing set is not moving on its own, that the slide is not sighing with unseen breath, that the laughter is not growing closer. But the playground hates liars. The longer you deny it, the worse it gets. The shadows stretch. The air grows heavy, suffocating. The distant figures at the edge of the playground become clearer, their heads tilted at unnatural angles, their hollow eyes locked onto yours. And then, something behind you will whisper, Stop lying. If you answer, if you even so much as breathe in response, something cold and skeletal will wrap around your wrist. And you will never leave again. Rule number 14, if you hear your name, do not answer. It doesn't matter who you think is calling. It doesn't matter if the voice is familiar, if it sounds like your mother, your friend, your own voice echoing through the dark. It is none of them. It is the playground, and it is hungry. If you answer, your voice will be stolen. You will never be able to speak again. Your throat will feel raw, hollowed out, as if something has been taken from deep inside you. And the next time someone steps onto the playground, they will hear you calling their name. Trapped. Waiting. Hoping someone will answer. Rule number 15, the last game must be played. There is one final rule. One final game. And if you are reading this, it is too late. Somewhere within the playground, a piece of paper will appear. Torn, yellowed, written in a language you shouldn't understand but somehow do. The instructions are simple. Find the last child. Close your eyes. Count to 10. And so, you will look. You will wander past the empty swings, beneath the rusted monkey bars, around the slide that weeps black sludge from its seams. You will search the tunnels, the seesaws, the benches that are always warm as if someone has just been sitting there. And eventually, you will see it. A small figure, barely visible in the dim glow of the playground lamps. A child, standing completely still. Their back to you. You will not see their face. You do not want to see their face. But you will feel the air shift, heavy with expectation. The game must be played. So, you will close your eyes. You will count to 10. And when you open them, the child will be gone. But someone will be standing behind you. Close. Too close. Breathing against your neck. And then, darkness. The playground takes what it's owed. No one will find your body. No missing posters will be put up. No friends or family will remember you. You'll become a whisper in the wind, a shadow flickering in the corner of the playground, a pair of unseen hands reaching through the gaps of the old jungle gym. And someday, when the next unfortunate soul steps into Red Hollow Playground, you will be waiting for them. And you will smile. Because the playground always needs new players. And now, so do you.